Hello and welcome back to Our Life Beginnings and Always. I'm still thinking about this. We're gonna do the mall moment, and then I'm gonna try to think about the soiree moment and how I feel. Because Sarah gave me some good advice, but it's also bad advice about, oh, just go with whoever you think Marina would go with more, and I'm just like, I'm really kind of leaning towards the Derek one because I'm really curious. But I don't know if it matters. Like Sarah said, you might have to choose in moment anyway. But we're going to the mall today, so let's go. Let's get in, Lizzer. We're going shopping. Please visit today. Oh, we start out here, really? Jeez. I forgot you're just there already. There's no primary. There's no lead up to it. Jeez. Lee's visit today turned out to be more involved than you expected. After overhearing where the Holden family was going, Lee insisted on seeing Mr. Holden's shop firsthand. Behold, Cliff's shop. Let's take a second. Matter of fact, let's take 4B. So this is all diving stuff, 100%. I've seen a diving shop IRL, and I've been curious about it. I've always wanted to try a wetsuit on. If I'm honest, they look so cool. And then the tanks. So he must have some knowledge. I mean, it's obvious to me that Cliff Holden has done diving in the past, but like he must know how to charge the tanks to the appropriate amounts and stuff. $20 for a snorkel. I'm assuming that's a snorkel. That seems kind of expensive, but this is probably higher end diving stuff, right? If you go to a shop instead of going to a thing. I wonder if he takes card. If this is a card reader, I can't quite tell if it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be a card reader. I don't know. I'm getting way too invested in freaking Cliff's shop here. I love the layout of it. An hour later, and Lee was busy looking at every item in display. Because Cove's dad offered supplies, lessons, and tours, okay, yeah, he does lessons too, that's what I thought. And tours, apparently. His shop had all the scuba-related stuff you could imagine, fins, masks, suits, and snorkels. So yeah, he does do all the stuff then. He teaches scuba also. That's what I thought. I figured Cliff was probably a certified instructor. Honestly, as Marina gets older, if she hasn't already, 13 she's probably out. Who am I kidding? Marina probably has already gone out with the Holdens scuba diving. I think. She certainly would have done that. After circling around the shop, you finally stopped and looked at the whole room. That's the good thing about living in California, is that the ocean's freezing cold. Who am I kidding? I've been there in the summer. I know. I've learned. But the weather is nice. There's no winter, so you could go do it. You could do this all year round. I think sometimes of the year, like the tides would be weird and stuff like that, maybe. But ideally, this is something that a person could enjoy year round. So it's a good place. So anyway, you spent a lot of time here over the years. Yeah, I was just saying that I think Marina probably has actually taken lessons and stuff. Maybe it'll even get into that. The shop was as familiar to you as your own neighborhood. It was practically another extension of home. You were still bursting with excitement. You were in good spirits. This was a pleasant surprise. You felt okay, not your first choice, but not bad. You were unhappy. I don't know if she's bursting with excitement. That seems a little ridiculous. You were in good spirits. This is a pleasant surprise. You enjoyed showing Lee around the shop. Doing this is better than just telling her about it. Okay, maybe it's because you're excited for Lee. So this is a Lee moment. We get to spend time with our cousin, which I'm really excited about because I really want to express that Marina has a good relationship with her cousin, right? They're similar types of people. They're both outgoing and such types of people. Active. Lee was still busy poking through the various wetsuits displayed, so you decided to see what Derek and Cove were doing. Yeah, Derek is here too, that's right. They include Derek in this one. Oh geez, I was thinking we were just... Way to make me... They were too absorbed in their conversation to notice you standing near them, leaning against the counter. You were able to pick up the topic quickly. It's good to know that Derek is part of, you know, Cove's life, because I mean, if you make friends with Baxter in Step 3, it's like Cove does not have anything to do with that man's.
Anyway.
My dad told me the new stuff is selling like crazy. Yeah, because that's right, his dad is involved in this stuff too, so probably the, he's probably involved in the business aspect of it. Wait, when I looked before, there wasn't a second monitor there. Holy... Hang on, I gotta go back real quick. No, maybe I'm just crazy and there always was a second monitor there.
Anyway.
Yeah, the material has this new blend, but less neoprene. My dad says people are really interested in it. Yeah. You know, oh man, I don't want to get into this. This is me being an environment. This is me being a natural resource expert or whatever the frick my job title is supposed to be. Thanks. This is me being an environmentalist, but if you've never heard of the forever chemicals that we deal with now in our society, one of the things that's interesting about this is I wonder how that has affected stuff like scuba gear, because it's in a lot of plastics and rubbers and stuff that we use, and it probably would be in some of the stuff they use for scuba. So I wonder if they've changed the compositions of any of the materials used in scuba to avoid using that chemical. Because it is cancer causing. But it's in everything, and like a little bit of exposure is not going to immediately give you cancer, right? It's one of those things where if you were just like breathing it in all the time. But yeah, if anybody wants to know more about that, you can ask me separately. I'll just, you know, I'm not going to get into it the whole. That's not. It's in neoprene. That's why I say that. That's so. I'm wondering if this is. But this is 2016, so they wouldn't even be really talking about that as like a thing you do yet, right? That wouldn't be in the news. So that wouldn't be why they're doing less neoprene, but it could just be a different, a complete different reason for that. That's why it came up to me. It brought a smile to your face hearing that the shop was doing well. You decided to keep listening. You said join out the conversation. You couldn't resist teasing the boys. Why? I mean, I guess she'll... nah, she's gonna join the conversation. Those wetsuits with the bright colors are probably popular too. I haven't seen many with that style in other places.
Right?
I like those ones.
Maybe.
Some of them might be too bright. I don't think the point of scuba diving is drawing a lot of attention to yourself. Yeah, maybe. Maybe if you'll just wear them on the beach, standing out would help there. Your family could always spot you. Yeah, people wear wetsuits for surfing, Cove. Have you ever thought? You do a lot of that. You have a wetsuit. Yours is brightly colored. We saw it. Cove smiled at Derek's positivity. But there's just so much to think about with a business. It's crazy. No matter how much I come, I still don't think I get it. Cove hummed and nodded in agreement, causing good-humored laughs from Derek. I thought you only liked the scuba diving part, not the job part. That's just the best part. I think about other things, too.
I gotcha.
Cool. The business side, running it, that's my favorite. Yeah. Like his dad, right? It's like... So this is something I could see in the future, is that these boys take over this business from their dads. Just saying. I don't think that's gonna happen, because I've now seen the future, and I know kind of how things... But it'll be very interesting, because Cove's gonna have a very different future in this game, because he's not gonna have a girlfriend. Out of the corner of your eye, you caught movement. And you realize that Lee was now standing next to you. When your dad's retired, do you think you guys are gonna carry on the store? Holy crap, she even said what I was thinking. Wow. Both sons shrugged in unison.
Well...
There's tons of things I could do. My dad thinks so too. He doesn't want me to plan on working here forever. Oh, they work here. I guess that makes sense too. Cove probably could give lessons in scuba. Yeah, so they've got like part-time jobs kind of helping out here too. Cove's gaze fell to the floor. You could see the conflict flashing across his face.
I don't know.
It's a lot, being the real boss of something and totally in charge. My mom's had her own business, I'd take over. If my mom's had one, I wouldn't want to take over either. I can't run a business. I wouldn't want to take over someone else. Oh wow. Ah, this is thinking about Marina Foster and herself. Wow. Girl boss, gaslight, gatekeep, man. No. To be fair, I'm eating a baked potato. To be fair, the only person I could see being a girl boss is this one. I wouldn't want to take over someone else's shop either. I want to do my own thing. Do you think your dad's let me take over this shop? Oh. I'm gonna say this. That might be teasing, but I feel like Marina would do that. If it's an option. I didn't even think about that because she loves this kind of stuff and it would give you an excuse to stay in the area. We're thinking about the future. I've been thinking a lot about the future for this character because I'm thinking about watching Saro's playthrough of this, and I'm getting into like the very end game stuff now with that, and I'm just thinking about what does Marina want to do. I don't see her as being much of a college person. I mean, she might, but yeah, we're gonna do that. A rumble of laughter came from Lee, Derek, and Cove. You trying to swoop in, huh? I know it's meant as a joke, but Marina kind of doesn't mean it as a joke. Why not? They don't want it, and I could get a good job. I could do a good job.
I support that.
Holy crap, that was really high-pitched. Your voice is like Lisa Simpson. Listen to that again. That sounds like Lisa Simpson. 100%. You should make me a manager. I'd give you my vote. I don't think my dad would, but ask him if you want. I mean, way to be a buzzkill, Captain Buzzkill. I'm not taking you to the... You know what? I'm not taking you to the soiree. We're going with this man's. That was the deciding factor, Cove. Way to shoot me down. Thank you for the blessings. Smiling huge, you felt pretty pleased. And as much as you were trying to... I mean, not shoot me down as much as Baxter, am I right? As much as you were trying to joke, there was a part of you that genuinely thought being a business owner would be cool. Yeah. Oh, you know, I was too busy making fun of stuff, but... As much as you were trying to joke, there was part of you that genuinely thought being a business owner would be cool. Yup. I think we're starting something here. We're gonna be starting something. Cole's parents left the back office and came over, catching your attention. Oh, that's why Kyra's here. Because this is a Kyra moment. Sorry kids, looks like it's gonna be a long one. I know usually others hold the fort down, but I really need to stay here today. He's got people who work for him and stuff, too. You know, Cliff... Man, I don't know. I got a whole bunch of thoughts about this game because of watching Saro, and I don't want to get onto them. I know you just wanted a little visit. It'd be boring to get stuck all day because of me. Kyra could take my car and go back to the neighborhood. Cove and Derek gave him an understanding look. Mr. Holden crossed his arms and flashed you all a big smile, trying to lift the mood. One condition is that somebody has to remember to come back for me later. You don't get to strand me here, no matter how funny that might be. Kyra laughed and gave a thumbs up. Mr. Holden seemed satisfied with that. He moved on with the explanation. Cove's dad. I feel like we would have called him Cliff by now. I forget. I think I talked about this in our one. Why do I call him Cove's dad? Was I given the option and I just called him Cove's dad? Or do you just get that based on other choices you make? Derek, your dad also has his hands full today, so he doesn't have time to run you back home.
It's okay.
That's alright, sir. The title Sir got an awkward chuckle out of Cliff, which was cut short when Kyra elbowed him teasingly.
What do you think?
You
already said I could borrow your car. Why don't I take all the kids somewhere fun for the afternoon? This is how we get to the mall.
Absolutely.
That's fine with me. Just please come back eventually. Sometime today, Kyra. After multiple jokes about being left with no ride, you had to wonder if this actually happened in their past together. For you, my good sir, I swear, cross my heart. Happy with the promise, Cliff took out his black wallet and offered a $50 bill to Kyra. Here, in case you need gas or anything else while you're out. Kyra smiled knowingly and accepted the bill without hesitation. So we already all know about Cliff giving out money now, right?
Thank you.
Cove's dad stuck the wallet in his back pocket when he waved his free hand. Okay, time for me to jump back into work. Have fun for me. I mean, the man's a business owner. He's got plenty of money. Bye, Dad. Bye. Bye, sir.
Bye.
Mr. Holden. Why you, Lisa? Goodbye, sirs and madams. He left the room with a wink and flare, disappearing into the employees-only area of the shop. Which is probably back over here. You know, this is probably one of those shops that has... This is probably like half the shop that we're seeing, right? Because the way this wraps around, I bet there's another half on the other side with more gear or more stuff. That's what I'm thinking here. The way they did this. Because I've been in shops. When Mr. Holden was out of sight, Kara silently strolled over the counter and carefully placed a $50 bill there. She turned back around and beamed a large smile at you and the others. Come on, gang. Let's see if this town has a mall. Hashtag mall. Unable to contain her excitement, Lee actually jumped with joy, while Cove and Derek just grinned. There wasn't a mall in your hometown, but Mr. Holden's store wasn't in Sunset Bird, and it might be possible to find a mall out here. You felt pumped. Heck yeah! Let's go! She quickly herded the group out of the store and off to the car.
Cove.
As the driver, I get to choose my partner in crime. Naturally, I bestow the position of shotgun to my baby. Also, are we fitting 5 people in this? Is there a way? Is there another row of seats in the bed? No, it's probably somebody gets. Oh, they're probably gonna get into that. Never mind. Her comment had both Derek and Lee snickering. Cove was for sure embarrassed over the phrasing and blatant favoritism, but he took the seat with his mom without complaint. Frickin' nepo baby. You decided to stick up for Cove. You decided to jokingly complain about the special treatment. You were fine with that. You kept quiet. Nah, we're never gonna let this man's live it down. Boo! You're supposed to call shotgun, not assign it. I got a hearty laugh of Kyra. Sorry, you'll get where I'm coming from when you start driving. You continued your teasing pout in the back. You'll understand when you're older was the worst excuse. I'll take the middle seat. Really?
Yeah.
I don't want a window seat. You can have him. He's so short and small anyway. I was always the small one, so I always did this too. You cool with that? I like in college and stuff, we had to go a lot of places in cars that didn't have enough room for everybody. You thought it was odd anyone would give up a window seat, but you knew Derek tried to be especially polite when he had as a guest. You nodded.
Fantastic.
Good. Sounds like we're all in agreement. Everyone squeezed into the car, buckling in, and Kyra returned to the radio station. She said to a top 40s pop station. You were into it. You did not like it. You asked if the radio station could be changed. Now you were into it. Marina likes music, remember? She listens to a lot of this stuff. She probably listens to what's popular at the time. I mean, she probably has all kinds of tastes, but she probably knows, wouldn't have a problem with this. Luckily, you recognize the song playing. It was a new one by an artist you were listening to a lot recently. Hey, I remembered! She's listening. Yeah, that's what I just said. I like that. I like when it does that. It wasn't long until your group realized they were lost. But after driving enough circles, Kyra's struggle paid off when she found a local mall. So, we have to live in the days of GPS here, right? In frickin' 2016, to where you could have... I think it's where they don't bring up people having smartphones until, like, the next stage. I mean, I didn't have a smartphone in 2016 probably either. Well, no, I probably did. Because I needed to have one for work. Yeah, I had a smartphone by then. And GPS. There were more cheers from Lee as Kyra pulled into a parking spot. Once your group had made it inside, hashtag mall, hashtag Friday, sale 20 to 50% off, America. I am not going to do this. This is a really boring ass looking mall. Could you have made it look any more boring? I'm not going to start criticizing more than that. I'm just going to say that. I guess it's a small town mall. A lot of small town malls look more like this. Bigger cities have fancier malls. Once your group had made it inside, the first order of business in this trip was checking out what this mall actually had. This is also possibly pretty old. An older style mall. Okay, I said I wasn't going to do this. I'm a mall aficionado. Sue me. But if you're somebody who's not one of my friends watching this, I have some great videos, dead mall videos on my channel, if you're interested in malls. Very proud of them. Probably the best stuff I've ever made, and nobody watches this stuff because it doesn't get traction like video game plays. So go do it. Where should we go?
Ooh.
Thank you for that. I think I see a makeup store up ahead. She rolled up her tiptoes to get a better view. Meanwhile, Derek was eyeing a directory. There's a chocolate shop? Seriously, we have to go there. Yes. Wait, we need to find a decent jewelry shop. I need new hair ties and barrettes. Oh, you girly girl. Marina is not like you. Never mind. I was wrong.
Nice.
We've also got to at least look for a game store. There's tons of things you can't get anywhere but a store that's just for video games. Yep. This man's not wrong. And you don't. Yeah, we got like the two ends of the spectrum here. We got quintessential young lady and quintessential young gentleman, and then we got Cove, and then there's Cove. Hey, what are you thinking, Cav? I want to look at fish in the pet store. Of course he does. You could have guessed that much. Anywhere else? He smiled with some bashfulness. Can we go to a camping and outdoor supply shop? Hey, that's my jam. That's my jam, Cove. Thank you. And that's what Marina would probably be into. This is a tick in the column for you. We're 1-1 for going to the soiree here.
So,
What about you, Marina? Uh-huh. I said this earlier. So, Marina is not a makeup girl. I'm sorry, Lee. She would probably shop for jewelries and accessories with you. She's probably fine with that. And we're not a chocolate candy, or maybe she'd play video games, but she's not gonna be a video game person. But look at how expectant. Wait. Oh, it's just the way the thing is. It looked like Lee was like looking at me like, what are you gonna pick? What are you gonna pick? A music shop. A music shop, right? A bookstore. A bookstore. I didn't notice that before. We know that Marina reads. I hate to be contrary to everybody else, because we all have... I mean, she'd probably go to the camping and outdoor supply shop. And the bookstore. And that's all that really interested you. We get to be more picky than everybody else. That's certainly a list. Good thing we have all afternoon. Yeah. I have my own stops I want to make. Let's agree to regroup here at 7 p.m.
What?
You're not coming with us? We're all in the same building. You won't be as alone as you think. I'll only be a few minutes away at most. You're old enough to enjoy the mall without me hovering. Yeah, Kyra Priest's grand ideas. Okay.
See you soon.
Be back here at 7 p.m. Toodaloo. She didn't see any whoosies, though. Leaving Derek and Lee stunned by the newfound freedom, Kyra walked off. She was almost out of sight. Derek's face twisted in confusion. Actually, hang on. Yeah. Okay. Wow, she's really gone. I can't believe she just did that. This is so cool. We get to do whatever we want. You were happy about talking about an amazing opportunity. You felt unsure about the situation. Was this really okay? You felt okay about the situation. You were unhappy about it. It's not yet. I don't think she'd be excited. This is okay. Well, it can't be that different from having a parent here. Yeah, you're right. And we'll probably be bumping into her at some point, too. I mean, we got essentially, like, two gentlemen here who are, like, I don't know about you, but these are, like, the most mature young 13-year-olds in the world. I don't know, Cove isn't as responsible as this man, but he's such a criminal putting his name in concrete and stuff. Only just now recognizing this is a lady's face, too. With the decision already made, Derek tried to pull together his earlier enthusiasm for the trip.
So...
Where are we going first? Time's wasting. Whatever's closest. Things were coming together. Yeah, that's exactly how it is, Cove. But you realize there might be a flaw in today's sudden plans. What's wrong, Marina? Did everybody bring money with them? Yeah, of course you did. You're rich.
yeah.
You're rich! I always have some money when I come all the way out here. You had money too. You left all your money at home. The original plan was only visiting Mr. Holden's store. You didn't have any money at all since you always ended up spending it when you got it. Nah, I think she would have money. I mean, it seems weird that you would ask that question if you had money yourself and you weren't even thinking, but Marina's not irresponsible. Immediately you felt better about the situation. It would have been a downer to not be able to even think about something at the mall because they didn't have money. I'm good. Now that everything was squared away, you explored the mall together as a group. There were many shops you managed to venture into so far. You all went into a music shop, leaving you with a pep in your step. That was better than you thought, and there was still so much to see. After having hit many top priority stores, you found yourself passing a small booth that is decorated in wind chimes of various sizes. You raised a hand up to one of the smaller ones. What sparked your attention next was Cove. You thought for sure he was going to stop at the booth by the way he looked at it, but he kept going. Do you want one? It wasn't until Lee asked you realized you had stopped in front of the booth without saying anything. Lee just continued to encourage you. You should get one. I was just looking. You did want one. We're not... I think she does want one, right? Or is she just looking? This is me. I don't... We did want one. Yeah, I think I do want to get it. Cool. I have one like this, and it's really nice. It makes the prettiest sound. Fishing your money out, you made a decision on what to buy. You got one for yourself, and for Cove. So you can do that. Is Marina gonna care enough about Cove? He's our bestie, right? Interesting that you can't buy gifts for anybody else, though. Anyway. Can I buy this one, please? The shopkeeper carefully wrapped your purchase up and handed it back to you in a bag. You accepted it and then raced off with Lee to catch up with the boys. After leaving an air clothing store, one that Lee couldn't resist exploring, you and your friends found yourselves walking down the main hall of the mall again. It wasn't long until every one of you had their eye on the smoothie kiosk ahead. Should we stop? I love smoothies. Yeah. As you approached, your eye was drawn to the dizzying list of smoothie combinations. Part of you wondered how long it would take to try them all. Hi there, do you need the rundown of how this works? Shopkeep? Thanks, Shopkeep. Yes, please. Okay, yes, first you eat your potato. Okay, first you pick up 3 options. I'm gonna be honest with you. No, this is mean. English is probably not this shopkeeper's first language. I'm still doing it, this voice, though. Okay, first you pick up 3 options of fruit or berries. Then I'll add the ice and the store's special smoothie base mix, and then you'll have your very own smoothie for $4. There's only one size. Cove leaned over the counter for a bit. For several moments, he intently studied the plentiful fruit and berry options. I guess only one size makes sense. It would be easier to refine it. Maybe this is a better... I like having the characters in the things. She freaks me out a little bit. I think it's just my imagination. I feel like her expression keeps changing, but I don't think that's true. I'm gonna get a strawberry and banana smoothie with coconut too. Sounds good. Is anyone else getting something? Can I get one that's all just mango? That's just all mango? Yeah. So remember when we went to the boardwalk and we took mango? I didn't do it intentionally, but that is his favorite thing. That was just funny that they happen to have similar tastes. Of course.
Thanks.
I like strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries for mine, thanks.
The shopkeeper looked at you. Now, look at you now. You wanted one. You know you did. Can I get... Pineapple mango. Mango pineapple. Tropical. Maybe a little orange? Banana? Banana's an overpowering flavor. I think that's it. We're doing pineapple mango, and that's everything. After that, everyone went ahead and paid for their individual drinks. Here's my thinking. Maybe this is me being a little weird and assuming, but I think Marina would like pineapples. It probably would be her favorite fruit. After growing up with Nolani, pineapple is used a lot in Polynesian cooking. And some of the dishes they would have as a family would probably... They also expressed that they made a lot of Mexican stuff as well. But they do have native Hawaiian food, and there would definitely be pineapple in that, so she would be used to eating pineapple, and it would probably be one of her favorite fruits. And she likes mango, we've already established that. She likes most fruit. You waited over at the other side of the booth where the drinks were when they were done. Derek bounced on his feet, excited for his to be ready.
Aw.
This. There is literally a voiced line where Derek says, "This is gonna be good." Why didn't they use that here? Lee chimed in with her own enthusiasm.
Everybody says their smoothie-based stuff can make any drink great.
Cove, while quieter, looked just as eager for the smoothie. Luckily, there hadn't been anyone else before you, so it wasn't a long wait. Your group collected the fresh drinks as they were placed on the counter. Straws were placed through the opening at the top of the cup, and the first tentative sips were had. Oh, tentative sips. That's when that's when you have a really small dinosaur. Derek sighed in satisfaction after his taste.
Mango is too delicious. Mine is super good too.
Cove nodded and hummed in agreement. His straw was still in his mouth. You were really happy with yours. You were regretting your choice. You thought it was only okay. You thought it wasn't as great as you expected when you picked up. Are we gonna like it? I think we're really happy. I like when she picked the right fruits, but I think I'm not gonna spend a lot of time. This is perfect.
Cool, we all made excellent choices today.
Yeah. You asked if you could try Lee's smoothie. You tried Derek's smoothie. You tried... I mean, we pretty much have the same smoothie as Derek. However, sneakily you want... Ooh. Yes, sneakily you want to steal someone else's smoothie. You didn't pay much attention to the other drinks after that. No. Cousin Lee. We like our... I was thinking Coves, but you boys are gross, right?
Hey Lee, can I taste what you got? As long as you let me try yours too.
Deal. You and Lee swapped cups and took several steps before swapping back. The berry blend tasted very strong.
I like yours, but I'm really happy I got this.
Thanks, Lee. I bet she really didn't like mine. She's just pretending.
You're welcome.
You were satisfied with that. You want to try someone else try this one? No. We're satisfied with that. We got a good relationship with our cousin. We feel comfortable doing this kind of stuff, right? So, not gonna go out on a limb here. I know Cyro has this whole ongoing thing about not drinking other people's drinks and stuff and not eating after other people. I don't have a problem with that, but it's not something I would actively seek out. Either. Like, it's not something I go out of my way to do. And when I was a kid, I probably would never have done it. Hey, it's the happy the happy progressive music. Big sale! Hey Jim, they got phantom fireworks at this mall. As your group continued to wander the mall, you came to an area path that was wider. Holy crap, I forgot this was a thing. Oh my goodness. In the center of the opening was a collection of quarter-operated ride-on machines. Derek stopped as soon as he saw them, smiling ear to ear. Yeah, you know what? I want to ride. Yeah, she is gonna have way more fun going to the soiree with Derek. Because they are the same person. Oh my goodness. I'm realizing this more and more now. I'm glad I saved this moment for last. Marina and Derek are like the same person. I think we might be too big. Mr. Practical over here. You might be too big, Mr. Giraffe.
No way.
You're not that old yet.
He eagerly headed over to the machines, wanting to get a better look. Lee went along with it, smiling. You thought this idea was childish. You wanted to ride too. You quickly chased after Derek. He turned his head back at the sound of your footsteps. He gives a thumbs up over his shoulder. Reconvening around Derek, you watched as he was focused on the various brightly colored rides. Most were designed to look like real vehicles, but there was also some horse-shaped ones. One of them could even seat two people. I call the helicopter. Why?
Cool.
It's the coolest, and I think it'll move the most. He started digging into his pockets and pulling out whatever money he had left.
Wait, is everything okay?
I need 4 quarters, right?
Yeah.
I only have 2.
There has to be more between all of us. Hold on.
Pockets, wallets, and purses were checked over. Derek still had 2, Cove only had 1. Lee ended up with the most at 3. You didn't have any. Well, boo on that.
Don't worry about it.
You can have mine. Thanks, but you don't have to. That's not enough for me.
And even if it was, it'd be dumb to ride while you had to watch. Cove shrugged. He had tried, failed, and looked unsure what to do next. Why don't we all get on one ride? Can we exchange for dollar bills from our quarters of the store? He didn't offer up a suggestion. I mean, as funny as this would be, this is the smarter option and Marina's not dumb. Derek slapped a hand to his cheek, eyes wide.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that'll work, let's do it. The group scattered to various shops around. When you shortly reconvened the rides, everyone had more than enough quarters. There was no wiping the smile off your face. Despite that little hiccup, initially the plan was to hitch a ride was coming together. Let's get this over with. We can have the coins. We have the coins.
Okay.
Cheer up, man. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Yay! Yay!
There were enough machines that everyone chained one to themselves. Derek had his coveted helicopter. Lee was happily on a horse. Cove wanted to choose last. It seemed you didn't want to take a ride someone else wanted, so he cared so little about it. You picked a horse, the one that looked like a motorcycle, single-seater car, the double-seater car by yourself. The double-seater car, and you brought Cove along. The one that looked like a motorcycle. I don't know. She'd probably want a horse, right? I mean, you're like, oh, she's a girl, so of course she wants a horse. But actually, the idea of horseback riding is probably pretty cool to Marina. It was a grand steed. Cove took one of the free single-seater cars once you had gotten set. Nicholas would like that car. I can't help but thinking that. Looks were exchanged across the way, and you each popped the coins in at the same time. The little ride started to life. As the machines began moving up and down side to side, Lee and Derek couldn't contain their laughter. Derek started waving from the window of the helicopter, and Lee reached out to see if she could touch anyone as the machine jolted closer to hers. Cove, on the other hand, just gripped the side of a car. He was struggling to remain in the seat, looking very uncomfortable. You were quickly regretting your decision to do this. You waved back. You stretched out to grab Lee's hand. You tried to encourage Cove. You personally just sat quietly in your ride. Are you starting to get a pattern of what I'm trying to do with this moment? Grinning, you leaned forward and reached as far as you could. For a moment, a shout of panic went through you, as you thought you were about to tumble off the ride, but you hung on with your free hand and balanced yourself. We don't hang out with our cool cousin every day, okay, man? This is us getting to hang out with Lee again. We love Lee. Be careful. I'm trying. Your rides were syncing up in movement, almost there. Your efforts were rewarded when you caught hold of her hand. We did it! Yeah! It was a battle to keep together as the rides went backwards. The two of you had been almost accidentally pulled off your seat by the other, but it made it more fun. Are the horses really moving that much? Soon all the rides came to a stop and the group dismounted. Derek looked absolutely pleased at the conclusion of this pit stop. So I'm thinking that, like, I don't think I've ever ridden one of these things. Like, I might have when I was little, but I'm really not thinking about what they, like, are like because I can't remember riding them. I don't remember them moving that much that you'd have to worry about falling off. Also, why is this in... Oh, because it's just cut out over top of... That's really weird that they made the background of this transparent so that it's like the same shops, but this isn't the part of the mall you were in before. That's really weird. Yeah, see, because there's the yo-yo. They just... Then you noticed something out of the corner of your eye. You tilted your head to look up directly at it and you burst into laughter. What's funny? You turned back to the group and nodded in the direction of where you were looking. Isn't that one of those machines that takes dollars and gives quarters back? The kind that exists for people who don't have quarters on hand? Everyone's head moved that way and you saw you were right. Derek chuckled awkwardly. That's exactly what it is.
Oh.
We're kinda dumb. We have to be to miss that this whole time. Come on, let's just put this behind us. There's still places open. We haven't been everywhere yet.
Totally.
Here. Yeah, you sound like Lisa Simpson in this moment. It's so weird. You moved along from one stop towards your next, still jovial from the experience. Shortly up into your walk, Lee ran over to a nearby trash can and tossed your smoothie cup. Derek went after it and threw his cup away. You followed suit and got rid of your empty cup too. Cove was the last to throw his cup away. He took one final sip, making sure he finally got every last drop. The clock inched closer to 7 p.m. as you all made your way back to the directory. It was hard to believe how fast the day went by. So this is kind of a moment about independence as well, but Cove is not having a good time at this mall. Jeez, I'm starting to realize this.
So,
Where do you think your mom ended up today? We didn't see her anywhere.
I don't know. She's just like that.
Ooh, it's a mystery.
Cove does better when we're just hanging out and doing his kind of thing. Despite having vanished for the entire trip so far, so I learned something very important about Cove today too, but I'm not going to spoil it. I mean, people who have played this game know and have seen that moment know, but if anybody's watching this who doesn't know, there's reason Cove acts the way Cove acts, and I've realized it, and it's pretty crazy. Despite having vanished for the entire trip so far, when 7 p.m. hit, you spotted Kyra coming right over, waving cheerily. As soon as she was close enough, she pinched Cove's cheek.
Hey,
Hey, baby and friends.
Hi, Mom. He pushed her hand back with one hand and rubbed his cheek with the other.
Did you have a good day, gang? Yeah. Today was awesome. We did so much.
Not bad.
It was fun.
You really enjoyed your day. You thought there were days it could have been worse. You didn't enjoy the outing. You really enjoyed your day. I don't think Cove enjoyed the day that much. There was no hiding your joy. Like the others, you were smiling ear to ear because today was so much better than you expected.
I'm glad we came here.
that I do.
I want to hear all about it during the ride back.
She clapped her hands together once, making sure she had everyone's undivided attention.
Speaking of that, we better head out. Cliff must be missing us. And you've got to be starving. It's dinner time and you haven't eaten yet.
Yeah. We didn't eat anything all day. They have great food courts in malls. I love mall food court food. But we literally just ate smoothies. Leave 13-year-olds in charge of themselves, right? Everyone followed her leave and started walking out the door of the parking lot. Something about what Kyra said fell off to you. There were tons of places to eat. It's a mall. You could have had dinner. You wondered if it was just a good guess, but you could feel your eyebrows raise when it dawned on you. She might have been keeping an eye on you after all. Oh, that's right. Kyra's spying on us all day. You weren't pleased about that. She didn't have to lie. That was actually pretty slick. You weren't sure about that. It seemed kind of sketchy. That was actually pretty slick. If she hadn't made that comment, you never would have known. You'd find it hard not to be impressed. Remember, Marina wants to grow up to be Kyra Priest. Not once could you recall ever catching a glimpse of her hanging around. Though, now that you think about it, not seeing her ever was suspicious in and of itself. Shaking off those thoughts, you caught up with the others. Keeping the same seating arrangements as earlier, you all piled into the car and started heading back to the store. The drive went by without any problems, as it was filled with chatter about the various things everyone saw around the mall. Soon enough, you arrived at your destination. It was a much faster trip, considering this time Kyra knew where she was going. Hearing the light jingle of bells from the front door being opened, Cliff poked his head out from the back. He lit up at seeing who was there. Hey, sport, did everyone have an adventure?
Hi, Dad. We had a blast. Yes. We found the mall.
The mall? I wish I could have joined. He deflated in an exaggerated way, his shoulders sloped. Kyra put a hand out on his arm and smiled.
Any whoosies.
Hey! God bless you, Kyra Priest.
There'll be other times, so you sit here.
So this is Peak Cove, huh? Speaking of which, Saro said that in the video I watched today. This is Peak Cove. I guess I get it. This is pretty good hairstyle for him. I don't know. I don't hate his later look. Almost. Mr. Holt decided for real. Then he pulled himself together, standing up straight.
Do you mind?
I need just a little more time to finish up. Will you be alright killing time for a bit longer?
It's okay. Yes, sir.
No problem, Mr. Holden.
Sure.
You can have fun here.
Excellent. What a great group of kids. He gave an approving thumbs up and Kyra nodded along.
I'll give you a hand. I remember the ropes.
Why, thank you. They walked side by side to the back room. Before he was outside, Cliff stopped and looked over his shoulder. If you leave the shop, don't go far. It's getting late.
And then the parents were gone again. Let's go to the docks. They're right down the way. Yeah.
Oh,
I saw those on the way here and really wanted to check it out. Are you coming, Marina? All right. With a smile, Cove showed the way.
Holy oh, what? This didn't? I don't remember this happening in the other video. They're actually using the docks area and not just step 3. Holy crap. Yeah, but his shop is right on the ocean too, so it makes sense because it's this diving shop. But yeah, between the warm summer night air and the smell of the ocean, you couldn't ask for a better night. Here, I thought this is gonna be a longer one than usual because I'm doing the whole moment one video, but I thought we were wrapping up here. I didn't know we were good to the docks. Holy crap.
thanks.
For letting me come. Me too.
Right?
I'm happy we did this. Today was great. Cove, your mom and dad are really cool. Really? Totally.
Cove looked at Lee oddly. He ran a hand through his hair, and then his puzzled expression crackled with a chuckle.
I guess.
Sometimes they are.
He continued walking. Ever so often, you would look up at the sky and see several stars poking up between the clouds. At one point, you noticed that Cove stopped while Lee and Derek kept going on ahead, busily chatting. Initially, you wondered if something was wrong, but you quickly noticed that he still looked to be in good spirits. You decided to hang back with Cove. He gave you a quick acknowledging look when you stopped at his side. You could taste the sea salt as you took a deep breath of the ocean air. Silently, you and Cove watched the ocean for a little while. There was something about the way of the waves that you had always found soothing. You couldn't think of a better way to end a busy day. Hey! I wonder now if you get that if you don't like the ocean, but Marina loves the ocean. Not much time later, Derek's chipper voice caught your attention. You and Cove both turned your gaze down the pier.
What are you doing there, slowpokes? Get over here.
Hey!
Come on.
You looked at Cove at the same time he looked at you. You grinned and nodded your head in the direction of your friends. He gave you a small smile in return. Your footsteps echoed against the wooden planks in the dock and into the night as you ran to catch up. Oh. It just ends there. Okay, well, I forgot that we went out on the docks for a minute. Maybe that does happen. It's just such a short scene. I forgot about it. Wow. But, yeah, that's just the hashtag mall. So next time, we're going to the soiree with Mr. Suarez. I've decided. Because I've realized something. That they're basically the same person. They really are. Like, she has a lot in common with Cove, too, don't get me wrong. Like, the surfing thing and, like, you know, we had some bonding moments at the birthday. We were kind of dorky together, you know. I don't know. None of these other ones we really bonded with Cove all that. I guess we ruined his family dinner, got him through that situation. We talked to him. You know, Cove is our friend. We like Cove, but she's basically the same person as Derek Suarez. So we'll see you next time for an exciting party. Going to some fancy parties.